Clem, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white jerk, pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with a in a light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician, y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend, it's you I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me, if I was to ever take a leave, it would be aspirin to break your feet. If I was to ask for Megan Thee Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at her feet? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bruh.
like
Abracadabra.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. And it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Tua to throw right away. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now Tua. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep for the Rams is Tutu Atwell. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken 1st overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and a yard. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete.
There's an imposition in my mind's imagination. I hope they choke on smoke 'cause I'm smoking them out the basement. This is not rap, this is not hip-hop. Just another attempt to make the voices stop. Rapping to prove nothing, just writing to say something. 'Cause I wasn't the only one who wasn't rushing to saying nothing. This doesn't mean I lost my dream. It's just right now I got a really crazy mind and clean. Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm missed, I miss the eye, therefore I'm. Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills, and it's coming up next.
No single building has played host to more Super Bowls than this one right here. The Caesars Superdome in the Crescent City of New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion New York Jets taking on another AFC team, the Buffalo Bills. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
They don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We get it right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you cracking up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. He can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Gregory Rousseau. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Paul want to give up the middle. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now Rodgers throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Hardy set to return. To return, here's Daquan Hardy. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on Media Day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
Dancing to his left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give right, it's Cook. Insight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Running left, it's Hall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Allen out to his left. Able to get away.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense, and they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught.
He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And the gamble pays off. They get the first. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the ball. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
26 yards for James Cook. And the Bills continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Bass now for the extra point.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
to the touchdown. Bass to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And New York set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down.
And they take him down. Get to him. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. To the air, Allen buying time to his left. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Allen going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there. And it winds.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
To throw is Rodgers. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Second and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Lots of incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Rodgers. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 14-0 lead, they may just try to get this to the locker room. Here's Allen to throw it. Being chased out left. Allen, nifty footwork. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But
the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 48. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. We saw some strong work from James Cook in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year.
And shutting him off now open field. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Hall again on 2nd down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him the first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, 33 yards. And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. It's complete, and he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty, so they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. Oh, now backing up, and he's out of the end zone. The referee was right there to call it, and that is a safety. And, Charles, something you have to be aware of as a QB. Once you get back to that back line of the end zone, you sort of have to go into survival mode.
Yeah, but he's still between the tackles, so if he tried to throw it away, it still would have been 2 points.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And they'll accept that penalty. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A give running right is Hall. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Ball again on second down. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing is Rodgers. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Von Miller able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. On the return, Hardy. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Coleman, the man in motion right. Allen now looks to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And just shedding him off there. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 49 yards. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome, the 4th and final. And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Bass now to send it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Flush to it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Ray Davis, 28 yards. And the Bills are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
All right now.
Hold up, what you saying? Look up, you ain't hitting no more. Fix up with a bang. Got drip when they hit that door. You did it on me. Baby, it's the beat. Show me go up, down. You go bounce with me. Make it